Hi everyone, today's review and test is of this Evolution saw. This is a multi-purpose type saw, cuts everything. It's from the good lads up there in Sheffield, and I'm going to give us a good test today on a good range of materials. As you can see on the box, it's meant to cut virtually anything really. You can get an optional diamond blade as well. As you can see, it cuts all materials, metal, steel, aluminium and wood with nails, which is one I really like. This is my favourite. And to see how good it is, we're going to put it to the test. I think this is going to be a good one for this machine, because we've got a range of material deal that covers virtually everything. Now, this is the actual tool. As you lower the arm, the blade gets exposed and we go through the material. Okay. If you come round here and have a look at the device, what we got here is a movable vice plate at the back, which you can take back another one and mount it in this hole here, and the whole thing will drop back for even wider materials. We've also got a little plate on here so we can swing this around for various degrees of cut, okay? Because this part, if you move that round, it will swing round. As if you undo that, it will swing round. And this is because this is movable. This will accommodate the angle. So if something that was that angle like that, it would clamp it and give you the angle cut you want. Okay. I'm not going to do that today though. It's going to be all straight cuts today. Today is all about seeing how good this machine is on various materials. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Cutting, especially heavy metal materials, going to be a real pain in the butt, isn't it? I mean, I'll come around here and have a look at the materials we're going to cut today. If you'd like to come around, jam on the camera, and I'll show you the materials. We're going to try and do all these today. We've got some really thick, meaty post type wood. Lovely piece of bar, nice and strong. Well, it's obviously a tube, square tube. Bit of alley. First up is this piece of wood which has got nails banged in the end of it. Okay, we're going to cut that first, see how easily it deals with that. So without further ado, we'll get him in the vise and get him lined up. It's easy to line him up. You can line the saw up pretty easy there, look, with the nails, so we'll go through those there. We'll tighten him up nicely. Now don't forget everyone, safety first, okay, eye goggles, okay, and earmuffs. Do make a bit of a noise, okay. So here we go with our first cut, and away we go. Don't wait for the machine to stop before you take the bit out, but as you can see, that went through there, no problem at all. There's our other piece with the nails. You can see that was an absolute piece of cake. Alright, so we move on to a piece of metal now. Next up, we've got a pretty hefty bit of metal here. This is going to take some cutting. Normally, a lot of blades wouldn't look at this type of thing, but I think this machine is going to deal with this. So this is the next job on. We're going to vise him up, and we're going to go with this one next. Lock him in, and put him in firmly. And we're going to go with this one. See how we get on. Okay. Well, as you can see, that is pretty impressive stuff. No problem. And that went through there pretty good. And not many sparks either, so I think that was quite good that we didn't get too many sparks flying all over the place. And that's supposed to be another good idea with the Evolution tool, that their blades don't give too many sparks. But that is pretty impressive. Alright, so we'll move on to our next material now. Next up then, piece of alley. This stuff can be difficult to cut sometimes, can snag. So we'll give this a try now, see how we get on with this. It's in here, we'll screw him in. Try not to bend him out of shape too much, there's got to be a certain tightness of course to grip it. and we'll give this a go next, see how we get on. Okay. Well, pretty clean, pretty good. As you can see, that is a very good cut. No problem at all with that alley. No snagging, straight through. So next one I want to try actually is a really thick piece of wood and see how it gets on. So we'll do that next. Right, this really thick, mean piece of wood we're going to go with next. We're going to slide her in. Make sure the bed's clean there. Slide her in and we'll give this a cut, nice and tight. And we'll go with this one. Glass is on, bone on, and away we go. Now, you know, I said about it's cut through all sorts of material as well. As you can see, that cut through that wood with nails in it. So, you know, pretty impressive, that thickness. And it just sliced through there, as you can see, easy as pie. And that was with the nails, so, you know, what can you say? That is pretty bloody brilliant. So, we're going to move on to our next material now. Next up then, this piece of lightweight alley tube. We'll see how it gets on, see if it cuts through without any snagging on this. We're going to slice her in, and we're ready to go. We don't want to do it too tight because we don't want it to make any dents in it. So let's get ready to go. Here we go. Well, there we are. Pretty excellent, fair cut that. Well, that is, no, it's not fair, it's absolutely fantastic. That is a lovely cut. It doesn't even need any filing, does it? It's a lovely square cut with no burrs. You can't ask for much better than that. So I think we'll cut straight to the chase now and put it to the ultimate test. Right, our final test, and this is the supreme test. If you look on the box here, you'll see that it shows cutting an I-beam on there. Now, I think we ought to put that to the test and show it in true life if it can cut an I-beam. So, to that end, one I-beam. Okay, so we're going to see how this machine does with this. This is a pretty solid bit of metal. Lighten them up. Okay, and for this end, I'm going to put my goggles. You must get your protection every time. I'm even going to put gloves on this time because there may be some sparks because it's a big piece of metal, so I've got gloves and everything for this one. Okay, let's see how we do. Well, that is pretty spectacular. That is quite something. As you can see, that was no problem to this machine. So that sells it to me, and I hope it sells it to you too, because if you're after a machine like this that's able to cut this type of thing with one blade, you can cut wood, steel, alley, lots of different materials. Okay then, to summarise, hat on, Derrickton 33. And what do I make of this machine? Do I like this machine? I love it. This is the machine. If you are in the market for something like this, you've got to need to cut plenty of different materials. This honestly is the one. The Rage 2, I can't say enough good things about it. Well worth the investment. So it gets the big thumbs up from me, and don't forget everyone, Derrickton33 for all my videos. Thanks for watching.